You're listening to the Cool CLE Show.
I'm Jay, host of the Cool CLE Show, brought to you by CoolCleveland.com, putting you in touch with cool events, people, news, and neighborhoods in the Cleveland region. The Legend Awards is the brainchild of Siah Sevens, a producer, vlogger, and promoter of local urban music. This year's awards event promises to be bigger and better than ever, with some of the best rap and R&B artists in Ohio performing and presenting awards for categories ranging from Best Vocalist, Model, Photographer, and Radio Show. It's all happening on May 19th at the Breen Center for Performing Arts. We're talking to Siah a little later on the show, and we have a great lineup of local urban artists on the show. Stay tuned. But first, here's some events I think should be on your calendar. Litter Cleanup meets Bar Crawl at the Cleanup Drink Up Tremont event on May 8th at the Prosperity Social Club. They provide the gloves, the grabbers, and the buckets, and you make the friends and help the community and reward yourself with some drinks. You can get a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to get water from Lake Erie to your tap at Cleveland Water's annual open house on May 11th. Free guided tours of the Baldwin Water Treatment Plant, along with family-friendly activities, hands-on demonstrations, and food trucks. More information and the ability to register for a tour, you can go to www.clevelandwater.com/drinking-water-week. It's a menagerie of music making when the Cleveland Orchestra hosts Carnival of the Animals on May 12th. This grand zoological exploration is a whimsical and charming work, sure to delight with instrument discovery happening 1 hour prior to the concert in Smith Lobby. On Wednesday, May 15th, you can join cyclists across Greater Cleveland for the most important ride of the year. Local cyclists will join others across the globe in a silent, slow-paced ride in honor of those who have been injured or killed while riding a bicycle on public roadways. The event begins at the Free Stamp in Willard Park and will feature a police escort. Viva Acapella is a 2-day event that takes place on May 17th and 18th at the Renaissance Cleveland Hotel. Quartet and chorus competitions will include amazing a cappella talent from the Great Lakes Harmony region, which is comprised of 800 singers from Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, New York, and Indiana. Viva Acapella is also proud to sponsor the Alzheimer's Association as a part of this year's competition. Now, before we speak to Siah Sevens about this year's Legend Awards, here's one of the nominated artists, Eric Scratchpaper Wilson, with Countdown.
I was too this and that, till I switched the shit up and cats couldn't adapt. Now them same dudes can't accept that I was slaughter they following and fuck up they rep. Dead niggas to take the step, gas they body friends like it's a rally of pep. Wake up, you shouldn't have slept. Snoring past me, soaring, just roaring and building the rep. I'm a Jedi, I take night flights that feel right. 24 to quarter, each order getting my feel tight. Only if I'm inspired, I will write. Other than that, ruin cash treated like real fights. Going for the juggler, self-defense, you jump my fence, burglar. Only one choice, murder ya. No further, Soak an ounce with me, yeah. Bounce with me, yeah. Now countdown, yeah. Now countdown, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soak an ounce with me, bounce with me, yeah. Now countdown, yeah. Now countdown, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guess what? I'm back. Shell toe Adidas matching t-shirt with the hat. Plus I got a pocket full of crack, keep them fiending for my raps. I'm the lyrical trap, yeah. No pause or no slowing up, just keep watering seeds, everything I need growing up. People, I'm C4, y'all blowing up, sticking to my own protocol. Rogue as fuck, you want some, don't be dumb, you're dumb. As soon as I come, these cats is like where he come from. Planet Pluto, give me kudos, the trip was long. I'm the Uno, heavy sumo, don't get me wrong. I'ma keep floating like clouds, so high the volume gotta be loud. Yep, if you feel me, throw your hands up. Old school, if you sitting down, stand up. Soak an ounce with me, yeah. Bounce with me, yeah. Now count down, yeah. Now count down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soak an ounce with me, bounce with me, yeah. Now count down, yeah. Now count down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I think I got them chillin' on my level. And our frequency high, and they ain't talking trouble. Got the spot hot, and they ain't talking devil. And when I say deep, I'm really talking shovel. Brush the dirt off, chase it down with a smirn off. Jump off the stage, photo ops to get her off. Got every bitch in the club with their shirt off. Taking off one piece of clothing, wear every word off. Word up, fuck the naysayers, just flick the bird off. In other words, fuck y'all schemes. Murdoch, so sure with it. In the pulpit with it. Spit straight sermon till the whole congregation get it. That really means that the whole nation get it. Even if our radio station don't spin it. Yeah, Dolo journey headed for the gurney that done so much damage. Damn, I need a damn attorney. Soak an ounce with me, yeah. Bounce with me, yeah. Now count down, yeah. Now count down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soak an ounce with me, bounce with me, yeah. Now count down, yeah. Now count down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soak an ounce with me, yeah. Bounce with me, yeah. Now count down, yeah. Now count down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soak an ounce with me, bounce with me, yeah. Now count down, yeah. Now count down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we're now joined by Siah Sevens, the owner and founder of the Legend Awards. Thank you so much, Siah, for joining us.
Thank you for having me call in.
Do you know, the one thing about you that I like is, and that one thing that sort of drew my attention to the Legend Awards is you spend so much time promoting other people. It's so hard to get you, you don't promote yourself. You're so busy sort of putting everybody else out in front. So just kudos on that. I know it must be hard work.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely time consuming, but it's worth it.
So here you are in year 3 of the Legend Awards. What were you thinking, when you first started it? What was your plan? What was your vision?
My plan, well, I was actually an artist myself in the past. I used to rap. I did that for probably about, I would say, roughly 8 years. Mm-hmm. And then I got in touch with the business side of the entertainment scene. And, I threw my first event, and it just made me feel good that I can actually help other artists reach their goals. Mm-hmm. So once I got a little taste of that, I decided it's something, the feeling of it, the feeling of giving, it made me feel better as a person to give to people. So that's the reason why I came up with the platform to give back to the artists themselves.
Mm. So what can we expect now in 2019 with the Legend Awards?
2019, well, it's a good year because I got a new venue. The venue is going to be on West 30th Street on Lorraine Avenue at the Breen Center. Mm-hmm. So what's going to make it different is I would say it's always been professional, but the actual venue is more professional. It's a larger venue. It's more structure to it, and it's just straight up beautiful. Mm. So I'm excited about that alone. Just more control over the show.
Mm. And you don't just highlight sort of hip hop artists and rappers, but you've got a lot of other categories this year that you're giving out awards. What are some of the categories that you're going to be going through this year?
Oh, well, like some of the previous award shows in Ohio, like the Ohio Hip Hop Awards. I've always noticed that award shows when they honor, let's say, the female model award, so this year I want to focus on the females and the male models because we have a lot of male models that don't get the light shine on them that they deserve. So I have both of those categories going up. I have the Photographer of the Year award, the Videographer of the Year award, graphic designs. I pretty much just try to touch any art that's parallel to the entertainment scene. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of different categories. I mean, it could be radio, podcast, host of the year, promoter of the year, So yeah, I just try to touch as much as I can.
There's so many people and so many roles in that whole ecosystem. You can't just be you can't just be a singer or a lyricist on your own. You need a lot of other people to sort of help you make it. And so, right. So you're just honoring all of those different sort of roles within the ecosystem of the scene. So Cleveland and Akron have bred some pretty popular hip hop and urban artists over the years. But, reading the press, the major mainstream press hasn't been so friendly on our scene, calling us the underdog or, shooting ourselves in the foot was some of the things that I saw in headlines, local press. What's your perception? What's, of what we're doing locally?
Well, if I'm speaking on it as far as the music scene goes, I would say the lack of creativity, it has to be stronger, but I've noticed over the years, a lot of entertainers here, they strive off of trying to be like the next city. They try to emulate everything they see on the hottest media sites or on TV, and it's like we need to focus on creating our own thing, our own theme here. The environment is kind of hard to make things happen, just as far as getting in important situations, important people to come to the city because our weather's bad half the time. Well, I wouldn't even say half the time. I would say probably 80% of the time. And it's not a real. It's not a real positive setting when you're freezing and, you're miserable, things like that. Anybody that's from Cleveland, they know these things. People on the outside, they just don't want to be a part of it. So, I go back to, it's the environment. But, and what it is that I do, I try my best to make the best out of it, to keep people motivated, keep them going, don't give up. This isn't where it ends at. I'll say that. Did I answer your question?
Absolutely. And it's a similar thing. Absolutely. I mean, I've spoken to other, producers and they've said the same thing, finding that little niche, but also then, once you found it, go outside of Cleveland and tell your story. Right. And so, it's a very similar sort of perception that I've heard from other people.
It definitely helps. We some of the top vloggers, Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they're on YouTube. They get millions of views. They moved over to the West Coast. And like I said, I don't believe it's because they hate Cleveland. They just know what to expect. Even just Ohio alone, like the weather here, it limits your creativity unless you're willing to get out there and catch frostbite or the flu or something like that. So
that would certainly make for an interesting topic for a song or something like that. I can hear it now. Okay. Exactly. So who have you got your eye on locally? Who impresses you right now?
As far as rappers go?
Yeah.
I would say who impresses me? They're up and coming right now. There's a young lady named Zaylee Marie. She has a very nice fan base, and she hasn't hardly dropped any music. Like, she's done a couple of songs, and people just love her personality. And that's one of the things that I want to help artists understand, that it's more than just the music. You have to learn how to connect with your audience. Personality is key. The internet, the cameras everywhere, they made this possible for you to project yourself out there for people to know who you really are. If the people don't know who you are, they're just hearing music. It's so much music out here. It's not enough to keep them entertained, or should I say, it's not enough to keep them locked in with all the different volumes of music coming. But another person, I would say Q Money. He signed to Warner Brothers right now. MGK, he had his battle with Eminem, so he's keeping his head above the water, I should say. It's just a couple artists doing their things, but they have to expand. Just like Q Money, he signed to Warner Brothers. He moved down to Atlanta and he had to get his start down there. Sometimes that's just what it takes.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Well, Siah, it's fantastic. So you've got to go check out the Legend Awards. It's happening May 19th at the Breen Center. How can people get tickets?
They can go on eventbrite.com. or
Okay.
they can go on to legendawards.com in the ticket section.
Okay.
And
And
there'll be a link there.
And I'm assuming you're going to keep doing this until you don't want to do it no more, or something. Would you find some other
man,
some other big
feel-
project to try to take on?
I feel, this is the fourth one I'm doing, so I feel like I'm in it for the long haul. Hopefully it could become more of a global situation, because this year the biggest difference between the last 3 years is I'm expanding throughout the state of Ohio. So I do have other artists from Cincinnati, Columbus, Dayton, Ohio, Lima, Toledo. I have artists from all over Ohio that are going to be involved this year.
All right. So it's Cleveland, Ohio. Next stop, the world, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
Siah, I wish you the best of luck, and we will continue to watch the Legend Awards and you with enthusiasm. Thank you so much for joining us today and talking about the awards and what you're up to.
Thank you. I appreciate the interview.
We've now got new music from Corry Michaels. It's called Fair Fight.
One, I'm one. Something never been done. Oh, look how far I come. It's me. I'm free. Drop top, yeah, we cruising ain't B. And I can tell by the view from these seats, we sleep. So run for your life. It's all sacrifice. Know that you wanna be. Sure, it's just like me. And you notice when you look into my eyes, there's no fright, this ain't a fair fight. This ain't a fair fight. And you notice when you look into my eyes, there's no fright, this ain't a fair fight. Now I'm on, and you're coming on too strong, but I could never play along. Whoa, now that I'm free, I can finally do me. And you best believe it honestly, it is what it's gonna be. So run for your life, it's all sacrifice. Know that you wanna be. Sure, it's just like me. And you notice when you look into my eyes, there's no fright, this ain't a fair fight. This ain't a fair fight. And you notice when you look into my eyes, there's no fright, this ain't a fair fight. I just want to dance. I do. Oh, I don't know. This part is not in there. I don't know what's going on now. Hey! Know that you wanna be. Sure, it's just like me. And you notice when you look into my eyes, there's no fright, this ain't a fair fight. This ain't a fair fight. This ain't a fair fight. And you notice when you look into my eyes, there's no fright, this ain't a fair fight.
Now we have one of the performers slated for the Legend Awards on May 19th. Here's Donnie Lynee with Starting Over.
something about us ever since I found you. I was you and you was me. We had the kind of love that everyone was proud of. Our support system was so strong, but they didn't know things were missing for so long. I kept the faith. I done cried many tears at night. I wonder why this just can't be life. Then I found the fortitude, can't even lie. I surprised myself cause I never knew I had this much till I wasn't with him. I didn't think that I could find a substance to be done with it, but I did. Start over, start over, start over, but I did. But I did. I tried to fit you to me. I tried to rearrange you, but you just wasn't changing what I expected you to be. It's something you ain't made of. I'm tired of trying to save us. I had a vision for so long. It never came. He made provisions for me. That's not all it's gonna take. I done cried many tears at night. I wonder why this just can't be life. Then I found the fortitude, can't even lie. I surprised myself cause I never knew I had this much till I wasn't with him. I didn't think that I could find a substance to be done with, but I did. Said I'm starting over, but I did. All the ladies say over. Said I'm starting over, but I did. All the ladies say all the ladies say all the ladies say didn't think that I could start, but I did.
Big thanks to Siah Sevens for coming on the show to talk about the Legend Awards. Make sure you grab your tickets for May 19th at the Breen Center for Performing Arts. Also, big thanks to Eric Scratchpaper Wilson, Corry Michaels, and Donnie Lynee for contributing the tracks we featured on this episode. You've been listening to the Cool CLE Show. Have a good one.